another elderly person's number. The woman was recording me. The woman that I spoke to was recording me, and I knew that she was recording. So we spoke for like 40 minutes or 30 minutes, but I knew that she was recording me. So what I did was that when she was recording, I knew she was recording. I cut off. I called back again. So when I know that someone to record me, I will cut off. I will call back again. You know, she was recording, but she was able to record my voice. She now sent my voice to her. Hey, somebody called though, and then she now sent me a voice note. You pay Mama sent something to them. You know, I told you that Baba just see so we pay mi wa ọmọ baba ọmọ mama òun ni kìnìkan that's what the man said. She didn't give me any conclusion, but as a sharp boy, I understand what you're trying to say. She doesn't want to come and debunk Baba Mohbad that Miwa is not a family member. All right, so that is just the way. I am not the only one Baba Mohbad told because she family member. Comrade Mose knows about it. Ryan Whisper knows about it. And now that also the awakening, you have to come with a very concrete stuff. This is what his elder sister said, and does not want to be part of justice for Mohbad. And that is it. And either family is a family member. Remember, okay, do you know back then? Baba Mohbad does not know if family is older than him. Aloba look for family until recent when they got to know that family is younger and Baba Mohbad is older. So that's why you know that we were playing games. All right, so I just got the facts 2 weeks ago, and that's when I came on Aloba platform. When I came on Aloba platform, so people came out again and said that Bossman is a liar. So I'm not going to stress myself until whatever I said on the Aloba platform start coming to reality. Some people are like, "Oh, Bossman is saying the truth." Even it was because of I said Bukky Jesse brought me what to justice Mohbad. That's why Bukky Jesse came out to debunk that. And in her own story, you will know that she's also lying about it because she actually brought me what into justice for Mohbad. Bukky Jesse introduced me what. To Comrade Mose. The truth. And then you can hear that Bukky Jesse said that you are comment. Me will comment, don't you comment such a cock. You are enter into your DM. Your Facebook, Bitcoin Messenger. International pathologies, I stand to be corrected that they will need the license before they can operate in Nigeria. Are you aware of that? I stand to be corrected.
Well, I wasn't aware of that anyway.
Yeah, so in case people don't know, they need to know that. But at that time, we found out that when you bring a pathologist from abroad to whatever, they will need a license, you know. So there are some people that they have the license and you have to pay. You have to pay them a lot of money. All right. Some people don't have license to operate outside the country or in Africa. All right. So that is by the way. Now, what they told us back then that I was told was that they've contacted a lot of pathologists in Nigeria and none of them want to take the job because they were being threatened because of the case of Mohbad thing. Now, about the idea of this question you were asking me.
Let me say something.
Let me just go something.
Hold on. No, you continue now. At that time, they were consulting charge and bill pathologists. Charge and bill pathologists.
Well, see, sometimes I don't want us to be jumping into conclusion. Like the issue of the anyway. Just let me finish up so you can.
All right.
I don't want you to hold on to half of what I said and then you will. All right. You know. So sometimes I don't want us to always jump into conclusions. Sometimes people jumping into conclusions make people to have half of the story, because it has happened to me several times. Like the case of spending, people were not listening to my own side of the story; they were only listening to the side of the story, and people, they got the wrong information. Now, back to the pathology thing. What I was told back then was that they spoken to a lot of pathologists. We never knew if they were charge and pay pathology or they are professional pathology, because I wouldn't expect a barrister to be talking to charge and pay pathologists. Of course, and that is it. Even there was a time when they were trying to hire a PI, we were told, I was told about it and all stuff like that, and we tried to engage one or two PI, and I still have evidence of that as well. And they also told me that they also declined. Aloba, back to the pathology matter. If the matter was taken to abroad, I don't know details of that, but there are evidences and there are witnesses that the stuff was taken out of the country. All right? And I will put it to you today that even the critical thinkers paid some money to have the specimen was taken fluid out of the country. One of the critical thinkers pay for some things when they went to pay for the pathologist for the specimen. And one of the Yekudi's friends, the IGR, borrowed them money to pay for the pathologist. Maybe it's 10 million naira. Maybe the money was given back to her from the GoFundMe or whatever, but she loaned them money. Maybe they gave her the money back.
Do you have evidence to this? Do you have evidence to what you're saying now?
But I don't have evidence. I have witnesses to it.
Okay,
you can ask, and also call. Yes, some people were on the phone when they were talking. The critical thinkers, one of the critical thinkers or two of them were on the phone when they were liaising with the pathologists.
Now,
they have evidence because they paid money to. They have the evidence.
Man, can we now prove that? Should we admit now that whatever the critical thinkers claimed it did then was a fraud and a scam?
Hold on, let me finish now. Let me finish. You will talk and interject you.
Hold on, are you going to agree with me on that line of thought?
I'm not going to say it's a scam because according to the way they portray the pathologist, I think I am actually believing on the pathologist. I'm believing in the result they brought out.
We are talking about now, not then. I'm talking about now.
I'm believing that the result, if the result coming conclusive, there's something wrong somewhere. Until they're able to prove to me that the pathologist has compromised. All right? But now, the question that you're asking me, shouldn't be to me. We should all, according to you, there's still going to be a room for cross-examination of the pathologist. You are a very smart man, very intelligent young man. All these questions that you're asking me, and every one of you that's going to be there at the next coroner inquest, get yourself prepared. Give that pathologist black and blue. Get the mic. Put your hands up. And dissect all this and challenge and cross-examine the pathologist. Let him defend himself. So that is what we should be waiting for right here.
Can I speak? Can I speak now? Can I speak now?
Yes.
I believe that pathologist is not coming back to that inquest.
Let us wait. See, that's why I said that. Okay, you're just giving your own.
Yeah, my own. I'm not talking about. I'm not my own.
Let me tell you, if the pathologist.
You know why I said that?
I hope this thing is. I record kidding you. People should record this thing though, so that they can so that it can be recorded.
But I believe that pathologist is not coming to the next inquest.
All right. Now, if that pathologist does not show at the next inquest, that shows that we need to start talking about the pathology because he must come and defend his work. He must come because we also need to be very prepared for him to question him. That's why I'm happy that you are going to be there. You must be there, Sammy Jojo.
I've always been there now.
You must be there. So it's
I'm
not just
always
only you, other people that can talk too must raise their hand. As you are giving them bad balls, let other people be on the other angle and let him
but
defend himself.
now let me. You know why I said this. Now, Bookie JC was part of this scam and shenanigans. Now, listen to what Bookie JC said. She said the pathologist said she doesn't want his name to be mentioned, that if his name is being mentioned, he's not going to refund their money, blah, 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 blah. Do you understand how she played that card? And she did this because the day the pathologist was invited to that inquest, the pathologist had enough time to be cross-examined. What were they waiting for? Look at the game now. My own take. Look at the game now. A pathologist came to an inquest with, would I say, I won't say doctor, with handout. One, at the first place, he failed. You know why? He wasn't coming with the full report of, okay, this is my test, my lord. I'm going to be opening this and I'm going to explain whatever that I have in it, how I perform all my tests. That was not done. He came with two handouts, one to the magistrate and one to Sanshitu. Do you understand? Now, at that point, he knew people would question him. Now, aside from Sanshitu, other lawyers were there. Why didn't they raise a submission that the pathologist should be cross-examined that same day? That day, who was more important at that court, aside from pathologist
Was the
and the
pathologist
driver?
of the government there?
He wasn't there.
Okay, maybe they just want to give and see. I don't want us to be just
Hold on, please.
concluding.
Hold on. No. There is that pathologist had nothing to do. Government pathologists have no business there. That they have no business. They are not interested. Even if they were invited, they will not come. And they will not be there to be questioning the pathologist. The pathologist is just meant to be there, give his submission, explain what he had done, his result, and it should be questioned. How did he do it? Where did he do it? But because they knew the game, because you know the funny part, this result has been, I think, since last year. Result is ready. What took them so long? Why is the pathologist coming now? And you know why?
No,
They
the
stay
result has been ready since October 2024. All right.
October
But
2020.
because the
Yeah,
corona
last
inquest
year.
has not been, it was not on in section. That is why.
Now, hold on, please. Now, when the corona came back, what took
he
them?
said, according to him, I guess it was out of the country.
See, let me tell you something. All those stories that it was out of the country, to me, it was a blatant lie. I can't pay you 30 million naira, and I want you, Oga. We are going to be needing you at this so time at the inquest. You've been paid. You can't give them time. You are paid for the job. You should be available.
You're
Not for you
right.
to be telling me,
You're right.
I will come next week. No, that next week I'm not available again. I will come next month. That next month. And I think you dare not. When you
You're
go,
right.
they buy a share.
You're on point. You're on point.
So when this been set aside, this man came. See, Bossman, I was at the court. This pathologist was sitting in front of me. I was sitting right at the back of the pathologist. You know what I did? Because I was just too curious to know what was going on. Me, really, the pathologist was in quest. Come and hand out to her. And at point I felt like maybe, so because to be honest, I'm very, very inquisitive. I'm inquisitive. I ask questions.
Mr.
I
Sammy,
ask a lot of questions.
can I say something to that? The handout thing.
Yes.
Okay, because I asked questions. I said, because I was expecting the pathology to come out Kowaja on seal envelope, couldn't be result daddy. But according to my findings, I was told that since the specimen was taken out of the country and was sent to him, that the specimen, the result will be sent to him is going to be he will need to interpret the results in his own in layman's words.
Amen.
So that was what he put down in the handouts. Because
Now,
he would hold on, sir.
Yeah.
Now, I'm very sure that the original result that was given to him, you will have tendered that to the courts. It's not the duty of the family or the public to ask for the CTC of the true copy. I mean, the true copy of that result, the original results. All right, that he interpreted into the handouts. All right. So to know if it is a fact or not, it is not when they not give it to you this true copy. It's not the duty of the public to investigate and call the other companies, Dr. Logbe, Dr. Loshe, that if truly this thing actually came from them. See, this is why I said that we need to calm down. You said something, and I want to hold on to
let me
that.
explain something.
You said
but the pathologist, hold on, Bossman. The pathologist admitted that he did his test here. Do you understand? No, that he didn't say he sent everything to Europe to go and do. After he had done his own test, that he decided that okay, this one ascertain, we try the clinical mechanism, blah 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 blah. One ascertain, we try this thing to the skull, to the spine, to the liver, to the one ascertain. Then he now remembered in his line of thought that we now sent some parts to Europe. And that is where my question was coming from. If you have done your own test here,
you people were there. You guys were there, physically there. You were here.
Yes, I was hearing what he was saying. So if you have done your own test here and you are telling us it was on us ascertained, the other part that you sent to Europe, where did you get it? Because you know, before you can touch Mohbad's body part again, cut order. Do you understand? You can't just go there and go and cut his body and send and go there again. And do you understand? Before you can tamper with that body or do anything, you have to go through the right process. Today, go through that right process again before you got the part that was sent to Europe. And when he was speaking, he was making reference to the body that ó ti kọjá stage bye. Ó ti dín nǹkan báyìí. Do you understand? So Professor communicate. Hold on please. Professor communicate. Ìgbà tó ń gé wọn páàtì kan, òun lọ reserve rẹ̀, ṣé òun gé SS, ṣó tọ́jú àwọn kankan sínú húlà. So when he did his own, that he didn't get the result, was when he decided to take the other part to Europe.
What you just make a good point there. Now, this is what I want you to ask. Include this into your question that you're going to ask him. Ask him for the preservation. The specimen that you guys cut from the body, how did you guys package the specimen to abroad? Because number one, specimen can be contaminated. Because if it is not properly packaged, it's going to be contaminated and you're not going to see nothing. Now, if you ask him, how did you guys package the specimen? He's not able to give you a correct answer. That means they mess up the specimen they took, because it was supposed to be properly stored in the cooler, sealed. So I hope the pathologist is not on this phone. Listen to what we are saying here.
Hold on. Before the pathologists come to the next thing, there's this same question we will ask their legal thing or the critical dormers that they call themselves thinkers, because they aren't thinking. Now, this one thing I'm asking, I don't need that pathologist. You people should just give me the receipt or the tracking number. At least the pathologist would have actually given them how they sent it to Europe. Which courier service did you use? I don't need to ask the pathologist.
That's a good question, bro. That's a good question. But that is what MUI is going to talk about. That's the question should be from MUI and the pathologist.
When is MUI coming? MUI is not coming out to say anything again now.
No, they will smoke him out.
He's not coming out to power of Anthony. When you collect power of Anthony from me, you still expect me to come out and be speaking. How dare me now? I won't come out to speak.
No. What do you mean? You will have to finish the job that he did. He must be able to do accountability for the job he did.
Bossman. Oh, understand you come. They understand me. These people, They know what they are doing. You can't just come out at this minute to remove Muiwa as the philosophy, the power of Anthony. If you collect the
Sammy
power of
Jojo,
Anthony,
you asked me something that, Bossman, what's your own take? I just telling you something that, to me, and I stand to be corrected. To me, until they give me a fact, I am believing that the result, because I'm assured that the result was taken out of the country. You were there at the coroner inquest. You know what you heard that made you to say what you're saying right now, right? But according to what I know, the result was taken out of the country, and there are witnesses. Even I said critical dummies paid some money to official and Kokon to make any law. All right, now the tracking number. That is what they need to ask Famiwa, including the pathologist too. But nobody has the pathologist number. We don't have his number until you go to the next coroner inquest, and then but if it doesn't show up, then they should hold Miwa accountable for that, because Baba Mohbad also have the number of the pathologist.
According to what I heard,
also have the number of the pathologist too, in case you don't know. Now I'm telling you now.
According to what
I'm trying to tell you, hold on, please let me just say this. To me, I'm having two minds, but I stand to be corrected. Don't quote me anywhere. This is my own thinking as of today. I'm believing with what I know that I think the result is correct. And I think that the body of Mohbad has been messed up. When I mean messed up, the body of Mohbad has been contaminated. I guess that's the right. Yes, but with the bones. But one thing I know is that even they have to put chemical on that body, autopsy, I mean, toxicology will still bring it out now. Because if somebody died 17 years ago, autopsy will still bring it out. So I am kind of confused, all right, why the result is still coming out inconclusive.
Now, can I prove this to you now? If the pathologist that you actually assigned a job for to do a test is coming back to explain government autopsy to you, what do you think? If the pathologist had enough time to explain to you, because now let's go back to when the pathologist when a government pathologist was meant to be examined. Do you know it was that day that they stopped the inquest? Blah 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 blah. They didn't finish the question before they put an hold to it, and they never came to the inquest again. Never ever ever. Now, if this pathologist is now coming to come and finish what the government did not do then, ẹjọ́ tí wọn ò rò tó ń gbà yẹn ó wà nínú handout pathologist yẹn sẹ́ẹ̀. Ó wà nínú handout pathologist yẹn ó break gbogbo ẹ̀ down. The question is this: what is your business with it?
You see,
do you get
Sammy Jojo? See, one thing I want people to know is this. You know, last year, you know, I don't know, but we need to get the facts right. Because at that last year, January, when we were saying that Ojoro don't do, people don't want to talk about it. All right? Our government thought to look for Baba Mohbad. See, I keep telling people is that before we can go forward, we need to go back to the foundation. And when I keep talking about the foundation, I know what I'm talking about. Because as of January, February last year, I was screaming about this thing on Rand Whisper's platform. When I found out that Blessing was there when they were exhuming the body of Mohbad, and the former PA of Baba Mohbad was there, we learned from the police in Lagos that they told Blessing and the former PA of Baba Mohbad, that tall guy, to be there, and they took picture of Mohbad as they were exhuming Mohbad, and by Mohbad that day, they allowed Blessing and that guy to take picture of Mohbad, the body of Mohbad. This is the reason why I said Baba Mohbad need to settle the fight with his son, and with his daughter, so that the daughter can give him some information. There are some Baba Mohbad or the family not the public now, the family is entitled to the CTC photographs or video of how they exhumed the body of Mohbad. They have the right to see, because see, you have to start looking for something to indict the government. And those are the things that I screamed about in January, February, March last year. And then before Mr. Miwa told me to stop talking about it. Why? Because I was talking about Blessing. I said Blessing was there when they were exhuming the body of Mohbad. Did you guys request for the CTC of the photographs? Or because the government's supposed to take pictures, because once they went to get those people that we exhumed the body of Mohbad, they're supposed to carry photographer along with them to take pictures of how they were exhuming the body of Mohbad, apart from what we see on social media. All right, all what the exhumation of Mohbad we saw was through the people, the public. The official one, when after they exhumed the body of Mohbad, when they took Mohbad's body to the lab, of course, they're going to pieces this cloth now. They're going to bathe, they're going to clean the body. Were they taking any video? They were taking the video of the body? Did they take a picture of it? The family or the son or the lawyer or Dumosu himself asked for all these pictures, because the family is entitled to all these pictures. But David Falele was the one in charge of Baba Mohbad then when they went to take specimen. Why is it that go see learned person from the Baba Mohbad family that it was only blessed in one? People understand it was blessing a pathology that pathologist told me what the right thing that we're doing to the body. Now, when the government took the body of Mohbad, the specimen of Mohbad, did they put chemical on that body when they were preserving the body till date or not? Was chemical placed on that body? Because number one, if you check out when they were examining the body of Mohbad, I want to examine body Mohbad. Did they use their own bare hands to touch the body? Because when they use their bare when they use their bare hands to touch that body, that is the beginning of contamination. So when they were doing the video and they were cleaning up the body of Mohbad in the lab, did they wear the PPE? Because if you touch that body with your bare hands, you are contaminating the body as well. But when they were taking specimen from the body, Shea Blessing more in Cotuan's gay Lara Mohbad. I'm talking about the first thing, but on just specimen Lara Mohbad. Was any chemical placed on that thing to preserve the body of Mohbad? These are the things we need to be looking into. The wrong thing, that the indictment to me is that the government are professionals. They're supposed to tell the government, the public, or the family to come when they allow the government to come and take stuff for your specimen around Mohbad. They should have allowed the family or advise the family to come with their own pathologist and invite Wunmi to come with their own pathologist to monitor the pathologists of the government when they were taking all these things. Did they do that? They did not do that. Do you see what I'm saying there? You do not know what those pathologists of the government were doing on that body. You do not know. They don't even know the part of what they were cutting from the specimen. She did not know nothing because she's not a pathology.
Bossman, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with ourselves. With the stage Mohbad's body was, it's not possible for anybody to touch that body without wearing the proper hand glove or what is their PPE. It is not possible. Do you understand? Because even you yourself, you have to protect yourself so you don't, aside being the body being contaminated, you yourself can pick up unnecessary germs to your body. So the pathologists, whoever that undo that body, will have to prevent themselves. Well, let's just say the truth. Nigeria is not Mogadishu. Nigeria is we have the needed facilities, just that we are not using them properly. But if need be, Bossman, the Nigeria of today, if you go to government hospitals, they cannot touch you without wearing hand glove. I'm not talking about private, but the government federal medical centers in Nigeria, as we speak, ever since the time of COVID, before they touch you, before they administer anything to you, once they check your table, you don't have glove. They will either they tell you you go and buy glove, or they borrow glove from another patient.
Now, Mr. Sam, are you saying that if you should go back to the video of when they were exhuming Mohbad, we will find all of them those that were exhuming the body, that they wear the proper PPE. Are you telling me that? So if you find one of them with no proper PPE, we now conclude that whatever has been contaminated.
Now, what I'm saying is this. We are talking about when the pathologist went there to pick whatever they want to pick from Mohbad. But because we don't have the video, we do not have the video. Only video we have is Mohbad was inside a black bag, sealed and being moved. That is the only video that I saw. Nobody saw how he was brought out. And when you said Blessing was told to take some pictures, he might be one.
Yeah, but there's a video how he was brought out.
How he was
from the ground, yes. There's a video.
No, I didn't see that. But
is there? Let you tell. Let you get.
You want to tell me that? Yes. Now, Bossman, you cannot tell me now that whoever that brought out Mohbad was actually using their bare hand to bring whatever they want to bring out from the.
I have to go and check the video again, to look for something to indict them. And you'll be surprised that they did not wear, because that time we were arguing that they did not wear proper PPE last year. But this time around, we want to go and check again. If those that, okay.
Even if they are not wearing the proper PPE, be more that come out Anglo, more they be more that come out nose mask.
We go and check.
See.
But do you know what happened?
Yes.
They were saying that body was not stinking. Bro, a lot of things is happening,
Now imagine, they said the body was not stinking.
See, bro, a lot that is happening, bro. Let me tell you something.
Perkins is a live witness, and he did a video when he got close to the car, and he said, Mohbad is in your room. If you remember very well.
The people were saying that.
He said it now.
People were saying there are different videos of people saying that go fresh. The blood was still coming out of him. Do you know that the first pathology of the government lied, saying to the police, now, this is what happened. Let me tell you something right here. Let me say that. I guess I'm permitted to say this here. Please. The pathology of the government lied that there was no blood on Mohbad. When Odumosu was challenging him that the specimen again, I was saying, yes, I want the gut through to liver. Okay, cool. So you guys saw blood. Either you caught the liver or not, you saw blood, or yes. Now, you now ask them that there was no, the people now said, but they were seeing fresh blood dripping out of the body of Mohbad. Do you know what the pathology said? He said that was not blood. It was rain, rusted rain, mud rain, or whatever rain, watered mud. That was not blood. The blood that we were seeing, I still have the video, and people are taking pictures of it here. And this pathologist said that was not blood. It was rainwater or blood water that he was saying. Because the pathology here, sorry, here. Now, this made us, Comrade Mose, to fly down to Lagos, to go to those people that exhumed the body of Mohbad, the male and female that exhumed Mohbad. We now asked him, you guys exhumed the body of Mohbad. So, but I body Mohbad that day. You were there because I didn't make guide when your mouth was close to that place. Did you see blood or you did not see blood? We asked him. The pathologist said in Kotowa was not blood, rainwater or dust water. He said no. These are the people that said that, as in the people that exhumed Mohbad, only more than it. They saw blood. Blood was dripping out from the body of Mohbad. So why would the pathology of the government, they need to revisit that matter. You need to come and say it again. that what was dripping out of Mohbad's body and what was in the coffin, I don't know if they can bring him back. Anytime he come, they should ask, please, if you are there at the coroner inquest, help us to ask him again the pathology of the government. He said that when they were examining him. He said it.
Sorry, please plug in. Okay, I'm with you. I'm listening.
So now that is bygone. That's by the way. The thing is that from the government since they took the specimen of Mohbad till July last year, when they finally allowed the family of Aloba to do their own whatever, was any chemical used to preserve the body? Do we ever ask that question? If there was any chemical, because they want to take care of that body. I don't know one bed now. Was there any chemical placed on that body to preserve the body? Do we ask that question? What kind of chemical they were using? I mean, I believe that the pathology, because we cannot pay that kind of amount for a pathologist called Magbe because in conclusion, no. But the fact is that I want to hear how he's going to defend himself. So whatever the Kotoba saw during cross-examination, we now determine what we're going to say. Because now he only came to interpret the result, right? He has not yet defended himself. It's not our own duty to map up questions of Ibitamati attack here. How did you guys transport the body? Where is the tracking number? What is location will let you lodge a specimen that the lab will let you lodge in which country? And with our duty is to get information and and contact these people the way we did to the government, and to know if this thing was actually brought to them. All right. How did you on so day that you were taking the specimen? Who are those people that were there with you? I was sure that I was told that the Wumi's pathologists and representative were there when he was doing all these things. All right, cool. What do you take from the body specimen? From which part of the body? Okay. Which one? Did you do anything in Nigeria? It's cross-examination. The public can also ask questions too. Okay. You mention whatever they do. Okay. Which part of this wet specimen do you guys transport abroad? Let him mention all the stuff. Okay, cool. How did you guys transport the stuff? What is the medium of you transporting this specimen abroad? Wait and let him say something. Look for something you can use to indict him. Anything he says wrong is what we are going to use against him. Because if that thing is not properly, just pay attention to this. A body got to one left for 1.5 years. 1 year and some months. And you have to allow your specimen, Larry. Bag. What kind of bag do you guys use to seal it? Was it sealed? Was it properly sealed? Do you preserve the body? How do you guys package the body? Those are the strong point that I think we should be looking into.
I would say something. Okay. These are the questions. This question you're asking now, when the government pathologist came for the cross-examine, I remember vividly, question like this was asked. How did you seal it? Are you sure that part of the body might be compromised? Because he was trying to explain here, it was the police that took Kinekon, it was put inside, blah, blah, blah. I can't remember everything, but question like this was asked. How did you move it? It was sent to the police. It was the police that took the body. And they were saying that, is it possible that while the police were taking this, whatever, are you sure maybe the thing might have been leaked or damaged or something? The pathologist, you see, at this point, on a question, we were asking the pathologist some tough questions. And what happened? All of a sudden, everything was halt. Everything was halt. They were asking the pathologist some critical questions. I remembered that vividly that day. There were some questions that it was getting the pathologist was feeling uncomfortable with it. And few minutes after everything was held, they said, okay, maybe we should have few minutes break, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, inquest, hold,
Sammy
everything.
Jojo, Sammy Jojo,
Now
I want to beg you for something. At the next inquest, let us be really be prepared.
we will be
If it is
prepared.
possible,
You know what?
let us
You know what you would do.
buy
You know what you
diesel.
would do.
Let us
You
buy
know what you would
diesel
do.
or petrol to the generator so that they won't have any excuse to say that they want to adjourn. We must get to the bottom of that thing. That
You know
very day.
you know what you would do. Whatever question you have, because I will not be allowed to ask more than 2 or 3 questions. But just write one valid. Don't write too much grammar. Just one valid question from you. Send it to me. I will ask that question. That is if the pathologist shows up. But to me, I will not Bossman. I'm saying this. Èmi o, Sammy Jojo, mi ní gbéra mi gẹṣin aáyán. That pathologist will not show up at the next inquest. Me, but you can write one valid question. Think about it, right? I will put it down. I will ask at the inquest. That is if, because I will tell you something, Bossman. Àwọn people yìí, wọ́n wá sórí TikTok, wọ́n ń gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ. That is just the truth.
They won't
Believe it
go
or not.
right.
I swear down.
That's
As
what
a
I'm saying.
magistrate,
That see, let me tell you something, Sammy Jojo.
as a magistrate, you as a
Let
pathologist,
me tell you something,
as a
Sammy
lawyer,
Jojo.
as ọlọ́pàá, they
Sammy,
listen.
Sammy Jojo.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. The police know who Bossman is. Oh. They listen whenever I turn live. That's why I keep telling people when you are asking me, talk. There are some things I cannot say on social media. And they know Papariano very well. They know him very well. The police do work with JC. That's why I keep telling people they have big whatever they are using to save people's all the shows. They know you by your name, your host name, I mean your TikTok name. They know you very well. So don't be surprised that they are here listening to all these things. That's why I keep telling people, all our secret on justice for Mohbad, don't bring it out on social media.
So,
Bossman,
the one that we did not break.
we've made that mistake in the past in
The
the story.
secret that we did not break. Àwọn tá a mú wá, táwọn critical thinkers, we are critical thinkers. How far has it gone? Níbo ló gbé wọn dé?
Yeah.
Àtẹ̀yítẹ̀ gbé wá, àtẹ̀yítẹ̀ gbé wá, kò gbé yín débi kankan. Either you speak or you don't speak. Where are we today? Do you understand? Because Yorùbá máa ń sọ nǹkan kan, ó ní a máa ń pé gbọ́n ni, a kì í pé gọ̀. That is where I fault those critical thinkers. Wọ́n lọ pẹ̀lú òwe Yorùbá yẹn. Ó yẹ kí gbogbo ọtọ́ ṣe jẹ́ critical thinkers yẹn kí wọ́n pé kí wọ́n dẹ̀ ní common sense. But do they have the common sense? No. The only thing they know how to do is drag, cause. Nothing tangible coming from them. And am I surprised? I am not surprised. When somebody like Kofi will be part of critical thinkers, who will be critical yẹn, what is the calamity? Somebody like Kofi is part of critical thinkers. And you want to tell me that is critical thinkers or calamity thinkers? By your billions, will speak as if he knows what he's saying. At the end of the day, it will mess things up.
Simon Jojo, can you just forget about those dummies?
No, you know what I'm saying. See, this is not shade, Bossman. This is not shade. This is just fact.
The name that you just mentioned, that guy cannot engage you. You will get tired. And he will not let you talk.
The thing is this.
You cannot have any
the funny part is,
you cannot
hold on.
Okay.
Bossman. These people were totally in charge of everything. They were totally in charge of the autopsy. They were planning behind closed doors, blah 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 blah.
No, I don't think they were in charge of everything.
No, but they know, but they had informations.
They only started having information around January, March, April, May, June. Around April, May, June last year.
Now, whatever, at any time they had information, what submission, what stake, what plans do they have that they pushed on board to these people? How about we take it through this route? How about we do it this way? Why are still the same people coming out to defend nonsense, to defend lies? Do you understand? These are still the same set of people that they will come online to be defending lies. And let's say, assuming these people were not part of it and they allowed, maybe it was the lawyer and Joseph Aloba to do whatever they had to do, and we were where we are today. It's a different ball game. You can't tell me you people like, okay, somebody like Guresi, he knows it all. He knows it all. But go and ask Guresi. Do you know the funny part? And where I got so pissed with these people? After the pathologist came with the handout, explained all his text, these people went back and they were telling their people that no, that is not all. Though. The pathologist is still coming to come and they will do cross-examine. Bossman, cross-examine yẹn kí ló fẹ́ mú jáde? Ṣó fẹ́ mú result jáde? Do you get my point now? You did an exam, you score 0/100, an exam, and your headmaster is you're not telling me that the headmaster is still going to come and ask you how you score. The only question is going to be telling you how we score is 0, how I did not prepare. That is cross-examine. Cross-examine is how did you get to this point? It's not that whatever that's going to be coming to do is going to change what he had said before. Why are these people not thinking straight? Critical, calamity thinkers. And they came out to tell their people, no, it is not over. It's still going to be coming. Whatever to Bossman.
Sammy Jojo, I don't want us to see. I just want us to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see.
Don't give them the benefit of doubt.
I'm talking about the pathology now. Okay. You said that the pathologist is not going to show up. Okay? And we are actually going to wait and see if truly the pathologist is not going to show up. What was going to make him not to show up? That shows that means he cannot defend himself. That shows that he needs to be questioned. All right? Now, all these questions, in case if he shows up the next time, the next coroner inquest, there should be a lot of questions to ask him. And I'm very sure that during the cross-examination, there are some questions. If you hit him hard, you have to if there's a game that they played, right? Then if you hit him hard, then we should be able to get some spot, and then be able to capitalize on that spot. Let us keep our finger crossed and wait till.
Bossman, let's do this. And to whoever that is having 1 or 2 questions to ask, I need valid questions. Bossman, if you have about 5-10 questions, bring everything on. This is what we will do. To whoever that will be at the inquest, we can share those questions 2-2. Okay, you ask this question. 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 I think it's about 5 people that will be allowed to ask questions. So maybe if we have about 2 or 3 of us that we can share that question, we can have about 3 questions asked.
I guess they should be able to let the magistrate should be able to allow the public, apart from, I know that if you ask 2 or 3 questions, they won't allow you anymore. All right, I understand that.
That's why I said this is what we do.
Not just one person should be asking questions. Every one of us there need to ask questions. In fact, now, they should give you.
Hold on. Bossman. Yeah. The magistrate will not allow more than 5 people from the audience to ask questions. They won't allow more than 5. Oh yeah.
He's one of the top-notch case in Nigeria. So if there's a need for those questions, those are necessary. I don't see anything reason why they will not allow you to do that.
I've been to the
It is public. This is a public case.
Bossman, don't let us deceive ourselves. The public will not be allowed to ask questions more than 5 people. 5 people max. At times going, you met Aloba. But that question increase the same amount. So I'm not expecting anything to change that. So that's why I said if we have critical questions, if it is up to 5, if it is up to 10, we can share those questions among ourselves. Bring it out, read it to them, and let them give us an answer to it. Do you understand? We can do it that way. One day, Mama Goa. But Mama Goa. But you don't got a man strong by me, no. Oh, man, Jackie, who are prepared. Because I tell you something, I tell you sometimes, when the audience asks some critical questions, you will see Sanshitu. He will be shaking his head. And to me, I don't have no issue with Sanshitu. But is he doing exactly what he was paid to do? No. To me.
Can I give my honest view of Sanshitu?
Okay, I'm with you.
People are not good. They might not like it. Sanshitu, as a man, as a son, is a criminal lawyer. I respect him. All right, and his personality. But when it comes to the case of Mohbad, I don't think he's knowledgeable. He does not know anything. I don't think he knows a lot about the case of Mohbad. In the sense that he has not mastered this case of justice for Mohbad thing. Because there are some mistakes he made even when the nurse was being cross-examined. There are some critical questions that were supposed to be asked that was never asked. That's why I said 2 eggs are better than 1.
Yeah.
But because of our selfishness, we could just say mess that thing up. Turn everything to Royal Rumble. People, I'm not yet. People always think that I'm actually siding Odumosu. I am not siding Odumosu. I am asking for that 2 eggs are better than 1. I'm asking for Odumosu, Sanshitu, and the other lawyers, the Bankole and Smith. Because it's something that I know. And I'm not standing to be corrected at all. Because what I'm saying is the truth. And if they think that I'm lying, they should allow the son. I mean, I'm not going to say this thing because I want to belittle the son. Okay? I'm not saying this to belittle the son. Son himself knows that there are some things that he does not know that other lawyers know, including Odumosu. When they were cross-examining the court, the government, sorry, excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather. The government pathologist, some of the questions that was asked were written down. They formed it together. The 3 lawyers, including Bankole and Smith. Those that knows. But the truth is that some people will not want to believe that. When Odumosu was there, Odumosu was just like the mouthpiece, was the brain. Sanshitu was the mouthpiece. They always be maybe commemorate. Those of you that always go to Kony, you should also notice that there's always a slip that always passes to Sanshitu now. Questions to ask. Because it's the son, he commands respect because of the office that he occupies. That's why I'm saying that you want to fight it, or because you are saying one small lawyer should go. You should go. Is that how you guys are not using the common sense? Even Odumosu does whatever, there's a little things, because Odumosu has been in the case more than the son. I'm telling you, as of today, Odumosu knows about the case better than the son. The son is occupying a bigger platform because he's a son. He's more senior, superior to the lawyer. Then making use of Bankole and Smith could have been an extra hand that could have had Amado brainstorm money when this one is attacking on the right, this one is attacking on the left, this one will be attacking in the middle. 2 eggs are better than 1. That would have been this if this mobile case was supposed to type Biru Davido. Don't you think that we have almost 20 lawyers there, Sans? That we have them there. These are
Now,
the
now
things we were
public now,
entirely
now no
talking.
contribute money for 50 lawyers now. Assuming
No,
public
now,
has
but there was a free lawyer that the public have already contributed now. Bankole and Smith.
why did he
Yes, at
take
first, at the
away?
beginning, yes, I was
Right.
against them. That was because of personal vendetta. But Baba Mohbad does not have issue with Bankole and Smith. It was Bukky Jesse that have issue with Bankole and Smith. As at December, November, Baba Mohbad told me, Jay Blinks, Comrade, and some other few people that he has no issue with Bankole and Smith. It was Bukky, even me, I was scared that the people of Bukky Jesse, the dogs, all those Bukky Jesse's platforms, I mean, Awaja, Bukky Jesse, and the other sub platforms of our establishment, that they will not agree to work with them.
Do you know
Because
something?
if we have
Bossman,
done all these things, we
Bossman,
won't be here today.
Bossman,
Yeah.
can we, Mr. Kofi, you want to say something? I would
Exactly,
love to.
exactly. That's why I actually came up. Good
Yeah.
evening, Bossman, Sammy Jojo, and every other person. Sister Tenny, good evening also to you. I have been listening to you for a couple of hours now, and I'm enjoying the conversation anyway. I came up regarding the issue of the pathologist that you are saying maybe will be coming to be cross-examined, this and that. I just want to quickly say something about that. Now, the government pathologist was cross-examined because Mr. Joseph Aloba, or the report of that first autopsy report didn't go down well with Mr. Joseph Aloba. So that was what actually necessitated the cross-examination. Now, the public-sponsored autopsy came out. The result also is not favorable to Mr. Joseph Aloba and the entire public. Now, it is favorable to the government and I believe to the oppositions also. Now, do you not think that Joseph Aloba's legal representative we have any moral justification to question the same pathologist that was hired by the same Joseph Aloba? The reason why I'm saying this is if the result he brought was actually against government results, then the government pathologist or the government lawyer will have been able to rise up and ask questions that why is your own result different from our own? But in a situation whereby what he brought aligns with their own results, do you think they will want to question him again, or is it Joseph Aloba's lawyer that will be questioning or cross-examining his own pathologist? So that thing is not clear to me. So when Samuel said the pathologist may not come, I believe I agree with you stylishly. Why? Because who will question him? Is it the same person that employ him that will be questioning him, or his opponent? So I need that to actually be clarified. So that's the first part. The second part that Bossman also said about Joseph Aloba's lawyer not asking, reasonable questions. Let me put it that way in quote. Now, I realized that this man that has been hyped a lot did not at any point in time, or may I say, ignored the certified true copies of the previous, how will I put it, statement in court by all those that were summoned previously. Because if he had read through the CTC of those people, he would have asked some questions that will have actually give us more insight. So that is what I think. So I want a response to my first question regarding the pathologist, please.
Yeah, can I just say something about that? Now,
Please go on.
yeah. Now, the thing is this. Let me just go back to the first autopsy when government did their autopsy. And when the result was read, it says Joseph Aloba cried. Do you understand? He cried, and he crying that day made him to have a lot of sympathies from huge millions of people across the world. Do you understand? He cried. And that was the reason why some people believe we have to do this, we have to do. Do you understand? Now, when this result came in, Aloba did not cry, did not marvel, did not even take a deep breath. Do you understand? It's body language. It's body language. I was at the court, people were at the court. Assuming when everything was said, like, because at the point when I was listening to and they said, unascertained, I was, unascertained. He was right behind my back. And I was looking back, and I've got people that were even, his body language was not even showing as if something. Do you understand? His body language was like, okay, you understand? It was not. I don't know how to put it in words, but it shows as if he was ready for whatever they want to read out. Do you understand? And that day, Sanshitu representing Aloba, what is this man's name? Kabiru representing Wumi, North lawyer, this woman was there, and one other woman, and that is not for the government. There was no lawyer, and I stand to be corrected. And this lawyer was there too, Kilorukwe. Samulari's lawyer was there. There was no lawyer representing government. There was none. Because if there was a lawyer representing or standing for government, that lawyer would have raised a motion for the pathologist to be cross-examined. Kabiru would have raised a motion for the pathologist to be cross-examined. Any of them could have, but no motion was raised for the pathologist to be cross-examined. And according to what the pathologist gave there was like, maybe he had something to do, blah, 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 blah. How dare you come to an inquest and you are telling us you have something to do? When you came to the inquest for a job paid for, and all you have to do is to give us the report and tell us exactly what we need to know.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, Sammy Jojo. What I said was just, can I interject you a bit, please? Okay. What I was saying is that in as much as the results that the pathologist read was in line with the expectation of the likes of Kabiru, they don't need to ask any question again. They do not need to cross-examine the pathologist again because that is what they were expecting. So now, my question now is it now Sanshitu that is representing Joseph Aloba, an employee, I'll put it that way, employee of Joseph Aloba? The pathologist also is an employee of Joseph Aloba, all right? Are they the one that will not question the same? They are both employees of Aloba. Would they be questioning themselves as per the result of the pathology of the autopsy? So the only people that will have want to cross-examine the pathologist will have been Kabiru or any other lawyers. But I don't think it is morally well for Aloba's lawyer, Joseph Aloba's lawyer, to cross-examine the pathologist. And even that Mohbad is having a legal representation, let's say there's a lawyer representing Mohbad, maybe that lawyer will have cross-examined the pathologist. But it's a pity.
Yep. You want to tell me now that Mohbad's Mr. Sanshitu was satisfied with everything the lawyer had said at the inquest? He's satisfied with it. Because if Sanshitu is satisfied with everything the lawyer had said, definitely Baba Mbatu is satisfied with whatever the pathology has said.
If they
Should we
don't
take it that
trust
way?
him, if they don't trust him, why do they give him the job in the first instance?
Now,
They saw
another,
because hold on, Sammy Jojo.
yeah,
Mr. Joseph Aloba said in one of his outings that he so much trusted the pathologist and he has some level of confidence in what is going to bring to the corona. So that trust now, is it going to come out and tell us that he doesn't trust the pathologist again? Will he come out and tell us that the pathologist he sold out or what? So because he opened
Kakoki,
his mouth,
Kakoki,
yes, sir, I'm
I just
listening.
thought about something, and I want to tell you, to me, my take, my opinion, my submission.
Okay,
I just want to prove to you why the pathologist might not show up at the inquest.
okay.
One, the issue of how much he collected will be raised at the inquest. If the lawyers did not ask, the audience will
We
ask,
ask. Sure,
and
sure.
this might expose Joseph Aloba and all of them involved.
Well,
Because you
in
and
my own
I,
case, I don't care whether he will be exposed or not. You need to be
hold on.
exposed.
That is why, hold on now. Wait, Kofi, I gave you a work to do.
Okay.
Now, at the end of the day, I inflated the price, but you have done your job. Do you understand? I gave you correct. You see this case, it's funny. Now, I gave you a job of 2 million naira or 3 million naira. Do you understand? I
Yeah.
can't tell my oga pata pata say na 30 million. Now, job won't bust. Me where I give you job, you were meant to come and tell my oga pata pata that my oga pata pata go ask you how much you collect. What do you think, me that I gave you the job, what do you think I will tell you to do? If I tell you not to show up, you won't show up. Do you believe
Well,
that?
yeah, I understand what you are saying.
Now,
The truth of the
hold
matter
on, please.
is
Let me
also
just break it
that.
down. Let me just break it down. I'm just whatever I'm saying. I'm not speaking to what is going to happen, but I'm just using my own layman thinking and just trying to kind of like be sarcastic with what I'm saying. Now, what I'm trying to bring out is this: there is one a scandal of money being raised. There is another scandal of the sample not taken to abroad, and everything will fall on that pathologist. Now, the pathologist have two options. Either you come out to expose everything, or me, that I gave you the job, do everything for you not to show up at the inquest. That is the two options on ground now.
Yeah,
Because
you are right.
you understand? You get my point now. Now,
Yeah, I do.
and as a lawyer, I can find every reason not to try to invite you to the next inquest, just to provide to hide my track. You know I can do that.
Sure,
You know, I can do that. Now,
sure.
because the way this thing is going, a lot is out there. A lot is out there. And I saw the pathologist. I saw the pathologist and I can read his countenance. I can read his I'm not speaking for anybody, I'm just speaking for myself. I can read his body language. Do you understand? And I can say categorically the question Sanshitu asked that pathologist was based on whatever they might have
Sam
spoken
Jojo.
about.
Sam Jojo.
Yes, sir, I'm with you.
Sam Jojo, let me tell you something.
Hmm.
All of them, they are playing game. That's number one. Lawyer know his job, what to do. Why did they call you as a lawyer? You need to go deeper, more the way we are raising, but it doesn't reason like that. It's what they told the guy, the lawyer, that's what he's doing. Lawyer know what he's supposed to do. Period.
Well, I just want to believe that there is something these people, the critical thinkers, the Baba Legutin, Baba Aloba himself, they are hiding. And they will be,
let me let me tell you something. Even the lawyer supposed to raise it differently the way we are raising. When they call somebody is a lawyer, okay, this is a murderer. Yes, this is not that he just died on his own, but it's a murderer case. The lawyer supposed to know what he's supposed to do, or what he's coming out to be saying. To be honest with you, lawyer knew everything that's going on. He doesn't want to work. We are the one that forcing him. This is the way it's supposed to. This is the way. Why? No, it shouldn't be like that. When they call somebody a son, for that matter.
but I will say this because this is just with the way things had unfolded, and Buki Jesse with what she had done, trying to throw the pathologist under the bus, trying to say this, trying to say that, and trying to take herself out of the picture. And due to what the pathologist had said at the inquest, and with what had unraveled now, me, to see me, I be the pathologist, I know you go that inquest. But lie. Because me going to that inquest will have a side effect on my job. Do you understand? Now, these are the side effects. It's better for me. I'm speaking, assuming I'm the pathologist that collected whatever. It's better for me not to show up, to contradict myself more than for me to come and be doing some shalaye. Because one, the only thing that will save this pathologist is if the public is not allowed to ask questions. And I'll tell you one game that these people played. I keep saying this before. The Josie team, they knew what they did. Before that inquest, there was this game of trying to arrest some people at the inquest, trying to create fear in people. And they didn't just do that alone. It is because they had their own plan. They had their own plan. Imagine some of us didn't go to the inquest, and the pathologist came up to read whatever they had read. What do you think the story that will be out today? Don't you think these people might not even speak to the point where we are today?